Shalom. Kahalo Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us the truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. My brother Yeshua, I'm back with the World War III Daily Update. This is Monday, so we're going to try to keep it short and sweet. A lot of movement in the China-Taiwan controversy. All right, this is 2nd Ezra 13 and start at 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. All right? And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest, as a man descending. All right? What signs? All right? First of all, we see the fighting. We see the wars and rumors of wars, right? And what is that, Joel? Not Joel. What was it? Let's see. Slovakia. Joel 2. And let me see. Went to the text, didn't I? 2 and 31. Joel 2 and 30. All right. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth. Blood, just had a blood moon, right? And fire and pillars of smoke. Sounds like war. The sun shall be dark, the sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood. What happened Friday morning? Okay, that was a big sign. And the moon into blood before what? The great and terrible day of the Lord come. All right? So we know that this is coming. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass. And the signs, what signs? Blood moon shall happen, which I showed thee before. And then shall my son, the day of the Lord, be declared, whom thou sawest ascending, sawest as a man descending. Right? What is he coming back to do? Take down these armies that are being gathered, okay, in the valley of Yehoshaphat or Jehoshaphat. All right. And when all the people hear his voice, all what people? All the people fighting in World War III. When they hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. This is talking about World War III. Okay. We go back here and get wars and rumors of war. Matthew 24. Okay. 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay, let's look at these war. In NIV, you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. NLT, and you will hear of wars and threats of wars. But don't panic. Okay? Literal standard version. And you will begin to hear of wars. We're hearing of wars and reports. So let's do some reporting. All right, here we are at Secret Files 333. This is an hour ago. Everything is China. Breaking. China uses maritime militia to assert claim on South China Sea. 5 hours ago. Satellite images show swarm of Chinese boats. All right, 8 hours. Taiwan says 2 Chinese bombers flew to its south. 19 hours. China-Taiwan war fears erupt. All right. A day ago, terrible news for China. China backed Taliban as Russia creates a military alliance for a major war. You see all of this? China, 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 Taiwan. Okay. Man-made island. China blinds U.S. Army in Taiwan. That's coming. Taiwan Coast Guard seized and expels Chinese fishing boats. That's a fight. China and Taiwan going back and forth. And their ally, the U.S., okay? And their money is crashing, freezing. Taiwan fired a supersonic cruise missile. This is 3 days ago. All right. So it's China, China, China in here. Look at this one. Which one? This one? Yeah, let's look at this.
Hey, so check it out. A new nanotechnology.
Not that one. This.
Terrible news for China and China-backed Taliban as Russia creates a military alliance for a major assault. For Russia, Tajikistan and Central Asia forms what Moscow considers its exclusive sphere of influence. Furthermore, Tajikistan is a signatory to the Collective Security Treaty Organization, CSTO, which is the Russian equivalent of NATO. For China, meanwhile, Tajikistan is its future gateway into not just Afghanistan and Iran, but also the Persian Gulf, the Gulf of Oman, and subsequently, the global sea links via the Arabian Sea. This allows China to bypass the India-dominated Indian Ocean and the Strait of Malacca, which India can willingly block at any time. The Strait of Malacca is critical to the very existence of China, as its energy and oil supplies pass through this narrow choke point. Now, coming to India, Tajikistan is of extreme geostrategic value. China aims at creating a fallback region for its armed forces by occupying Tajikistan's Pamir region, which accounts for 45% of the country's territory.
You see how everybody's being gathered down in the Middle East?
The Pamir region is also known as the roof of the world. By gaining control over this region, China can dominate lowlands, especially Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, Pak, and occupied Ladakh.
The Middle East.
India is looking to reunify these illegally usurped territories with itself. China knows India is about to launch an offensive to reclaim its territories, and therefore, it is preparing to handle a military assault in what it calls Aksai Chin by occupying the Pamir region of Tajikistan.
World War III. Okay. This area down here, this is the Middle East.
Now that we have established Tajikistan's extreme value to Russia and India, it would be understandable for both these counties to base their anti-Taliban operations out of Tajik territory. Not only will the alliance have an edge over the Taliban, but will also derail China's plans at swallowing Tajikistan's Pamir region. Therefore, a military alliance coupled with an offensive against the Taliban is coming soon. Tajikistan has asked a Russia-led alliance for assistance in dealing with its new security challenges. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov last week reiterated Russia's allyship with Tajikistan, adding that, if there is an attack on Tajikistan, this will, of course, receive immediate attention from the CSTO. Asked if Russia would consider deploying troops to Afghanistan, Lavrov said the answer was obvious. Last week, Russia carried out a training exercise of its forces in Tajikistan, in a message to the Taliban as well as China. Russian military helicopters based in Tajikistan fired air-to-surface missiles. Russia's defense ministry said on Monday that 2 Mi-24 attack helicopters and 2 military transport helicopters had taken part in a training exercise in Tajikistan during which unguided missiles had been launched at more than 15 ground targets. The exercise had simulated an attack on illegal armed groups along with a convoy of cars, enemy fire points and arms caches. Almost simultaneously, Russia is making several strategic moves. Russia is prepared to activate a military base in Tajikistan against advancing Taliban forces on the CSTO allies' southern border.
How's that for a report of war? Okay, now we'll go back. All right, hey, reports of war. You will begin to hear of wars and reports, rumors, okay, threats. All right, and that's clear. All right, we'll go to Joel and we'll close it out. Joel 3. What's going on right now? What are we watching? Okay. Here's what God is doing. God said, I will gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right? This is what God is, his intention. Why? So he can judge them for harming his people. He's going to put them on trial for what they did to my people Israel. What is he doing? He's gathering the nations. He's gathering the armies into the Middle East. And that's what we're watching. All right? So more tomorrow. And hope that the elect were edified. We'll see you then. Shalom.